This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So I have a very important video that I want to share and I want to talk about. This is why I entitled it Black Women Need Black Men, period. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to share the screen, and I will be back with my perspective.
Why do we have to separate ourselves so much from each other? Why is Black women one separate entity and Black men are another separate entity? That's not how it's supposed to be. That's not how any other race operates, but we're the only ones who operate like that and think it's functional. You feel me? I've said it before. Why do we get the label of strong, independent Black woman? We don't hear that from nobody else. I've never heard strong, independent white woman, strong, independent Asian woman, strong, independent Latino woman, strong, independent Indian woman. I ain't never heard none of that. But we pride ourselves to being strong, independent Black women, as if independence is something that we should strive for as a people. Independence is death. Everybody needs somebody. And the reason why we're struggling in our households and our communities is because we think that there's something good about being independent. Black women need Black men, and Black men need Black women. I don't see us.
Okay. I thought that was a very powerful, simple but powerful video. And the question was posed, why would we be separate? Why are we a separate entity? Why are Black women and Black men separate entities? We've been living literally separate lives in this country. I did a video, a live stream, about a woman named Dr. I believe her name, Dr. Venus Opal Reese. And you can check that out right here. And she was talking about basically the Black woman's experience different than the Black man's experience. Living something totally different in this country that Black men experience. And I think Black women don't really know that we as a whole are living life differently than them, than Black men. That we've been handed a value system from who we would call in any other circumstance the oppressor. But yet living by them standards, living by those values, and then acting them out. Independence does not work for the human being. We are social creatures, and that's that. That is the truth. That is the truth of human biology. We are social. We are not solitary animals. We are social creatures who thrive on interactions, both personally and now, since we are in the age of social media, we use that to interact with one another. But still, even FaceTimes and video chats and things of that nature does not replace the physical presence, the physical energy, the physical person-to-person contact of being social with one another. That is the truth of our biology. We understand that to be true because if you deprive any person of contact with other people, with outside people, with external stimulation, with outside human beings, that person will begin to psychologically suffer. All you got to do is look in the prison system when they have that ass egg, or when they isolate a prisoner. solitary confinement. And if they do that to a person long enough, that person will psychologically break. That's why it's a punishment on top of a punishment. You already in jail, but you're not acting, quote unquote, the way they want you to. They put you in solitary to break you, to make you suffer psychologically, to change you biologically by depriving you of the interdependent relationship that human beings have with one another. If men, even in a situation that is as dysfunctional and toxic as a jail or a prison, do not want to be isolated from one another to that extreme, why would women want to be isolated or independent of their men? So you don't think that that's going to cause you to psychologically suffer? The very mind gets changed to accept a lie that is in direct opposition to another human prime directive, which is self-preservation. And they teaching Black women to go against self-preservation by going against her basic biology. Can't be independent. We're interdependent. Changing our biology by convincing us, specifically Black women, that we are different than every other woman on the planet and can survive without interdependency. And this is why they had to tell us that doing that was strong, so that we could view our destruction as an achievement and as an accomplishment. This is why we do the single mother thing, and she's a hero in our community. It's not a shameful thing. It's not a thing to be avoided. It's a thing to be sought after. Just like that video I did where the couple, the young man and the woman, was toxic and fighting, and she started talking about how she was going to exclude him out of the child's life, out of the birth, out of the process as a whole, and raise the child on her own. Celebrated destruction, just like the young lady just said in the video I just played. Independence is a death. It's a death. To isolate any human being away from other human beings, especially for extended amount of times, causes nothing but a psychological break or physical death, or both. And they have separated us from our men for at least since the 50s and 60s. Do you understand how long can any human being last that long without going absolutely crazy in solitary confinement? They cannot. This is why Black women behave the way they do, because you're crazy now. They done drove you crazy. They done convinced you that your biology is somehow different than every other woman on the planet, and got us to destroy ourselves in various ways. From murdering the life in our wombs, from taking them from being in two-parent productive homes and putting them at a disadvantage consistently. And then you got people like Professor Klump talking about we don't need the traditional family in order to thrive as Black people. And she from where? Academia. Who supports that? The white supremacist power structure. Supporting what? Your death at your own hands, so that they can be absolved of it. So that they can say, oh, we don't have nothing to do with that. Black people are doing that on their own. We didn't have nothing to do with Black women aborting their children much more often than every other demographic of women, even though they're smaller. A smaller percentage of the population, they're aborting their children more. We ain't got nothing to do with that. Even though we put the Planned Parenthoods in the community and then convinced women that that was health care rather than genocide, so you can do it at your own hands. And you can't say white people did that to you. You did that to you, because there wasn't no gun to your head when you went over there. make you destroy yourself with your own hands. It is not true. It is categorically false that Black women can survive in this world or any other without men, and specifically without Black men who naturally see us as part of them. Because that's another truth of biology. Human beings gather with those who seem most like them. That's how groups are even formed. That's how nations are even formed. That's how communities are even formed, because there must be a common link. There must be some commonality to them to even make them see reflecting themselves in one another to say we should be a community based on this set of values, these sets of principles that align. And most of the times, humans will do it based off of the look, the physical attribute. If you go to any mixed gathering, Black people are not the only ones that go to mixed gatherings and immediately try to see who else is Black. We are not the only ones, because human beings do that. We all gravitate to who seems most like us. We go into mixed gatherings. I've seen Asians look for other Asians, click up. White people look for other white people, click up. It is categorically false that Black women do not need Black men, because if it were true, it would be true in every single situation. So if there was something so wild to happen as a zombie apocalypse, we wouldn't need, nor would we desire, to go towards any man, or specifically any Black man, looking for help, looking for protection, looking for provision, looking for problem solving, looking for procreation. We would not. Because why? We would be independent. The only reason why we have the illusion of independence is because we live in relative ease and comfort compared to other societies, other countries in this world. We got first world problems. We have the ease and comfort that women typically find when they are too comfortable, when the nest is too soft. Then they get to thinking, oh, well, we did this on our own. No, you didn't. No, you did not. And if ever the rug gets snatched from underneath us, we'll find out real quick. Oh, we didn't do it on our own. We aren't independent. We are quite interdependent. We need our men. Stop saying that stupid stuff. What's the solution? Stop letting these folks change your biology. Stop letting them change your biology. Stop letting these people change your dang biology. The way you think. How do you know what's real and what's not? Go back to the truth. Whether you find that truth in your spiritual system, even go back to science books, because we got them now going against the science that human beings have understood to be true since time immemorial. They going against basic biology. You got women talking about we got seeds. That's a 5th grade biology textbook that tell you different. Go back to what we know to be true, not what the new progressive stance is to be politically correct. So like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites. Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below.
Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.